out of a whole month of planning, I got asked today to share. I didn't even get ready. But my name is Brandon True. I'm 15 years old, and this is my testimony. I go to Miami High School. And about 3 years ago, I had probably the worst thing in my life happen to me. And I just went through life thinking I could just please myself and I just go through life. And throughout middle school, it was like I would steal money from my mom. I would bully people just for the fun of it. I thought that was fun. Like, I even bullied someone to the point where he'd just, every day at lunch, he'd just hide in the locker room, terrified of us, me and my friends. And I just surround myself around a bad crowd. I think that's kind of influenced why I don't like football anymore, because it's all been around, like, bad influences trying to get me to do things that I shouldn't be doing and I know is bad. And what really happened to me was in 2008, August 6, 2008, my best friend died. He was probably the best person in my life, or my best friend, and he was just a great kid, and I don't know why it happened to him, but it happened, and I just gotta accept it because it's in God's will. But I know he's saved, and I know he's going to heaven, so I should be happy because he's in a better place now. But that happened, and then about 2 months later, my dad walked out of my life, and he told me and my brothers that we're just not good enough for him. He said it straight to our face, we're not good enough for him. So he just walked out on us, just leaving us with just my mom. And I love my mom to death. I think I would die for her in the worst way, just for my mom to just stay alive. I'll take a bullet for her. I'll go on fire for her. And after that, after my dad walked away, I didn't really know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just separated myself from everybody, and I didn't want to have friends. I just wanted to do me, to just please myself. That's when everything started going downhill. Like, I would steal, I think in 7th grade alone, I stole like $200 from my mom, just to spend on stupid stuff. And when Jonathan came into my life, he exposed me to the love of Jesus Christ and the love of God. And I was like, that's some BS, because I'm alive, God's not here, there's no God here. But really seeing him happy every day, I would ask him, why is he so happy? And he just said, because I got Jesus. Like, he really exposed me to that. He brought me to church one time. I just kept going from that on. And the death of him, when he died, he had a dream. His dream, it was kind of a nightmare to him, or whatever you want to call it, but he woke up crying to his mom and told her a story about his dream when he was on a school bus. It was just him. It was a bus to heaven, a fun bus to heaven, and he was going up into heaven, and he could look down and see all his friends on earth just having fun down here, just sinning, doing all the bad stuff, falling into temptation and everything. And he just banged on the window just for us, and he wanted us to come with him, but he didn't tell us when he was alive. And that's something that we really need to do. Like, it really relates to the letter from hell on YouTube. Just search that and just watch it. That's really what we have to do. And just seeing that if God can give us, he works in mysterious ways, and even if it's just a dream, it really shows that he's there and he's with us. And this past week, this month, probably the worst month of the year for me. Like, yesterday I separated myself from everybody. I was about to sock whoever pissed me off in the face. I was about to sock Curtis in the face, Mr. Folks, because he told me that even if I'm Christian, I could just go through life and just, at the end, just confess. If confessing is just it, why don't you just confess at the end? Like, going to church, steal from the offering, every dollar, just confess for every dollar, and just before you die. But you really never know when you're gonna die, because another day is not promised, another minute's not promised. And I know that because Jonathan died out of nowhere. He was only 15 years old, and he really He helped me in football. He helped me in life. He kept me on the right track. Kept me from being suspended ever since he came into my life. I almost got expelled from Reichenheim. And he really showed what Jesus Christ is. And I'm not trying to be a hypocrite coming up here acting like I'm a leader of Christian, because I'm probably in a spiritual low of my walk where my faith is almost gone. I almost quit Christianity. I almost quit being a Christian because I didn't think it was good enough for me. I didn't think it's gonna make me happy, but I was wrong, because true peace comes from God. The more you do for God, the more you're gonna be blessed. The more peace you're gonna have, because His love is greater than any love of any of you guys, any of us that could show. And that's just really our job, just to show everybody, just expose them, because it's not our job to save people, but it's up to God's will in order for people to be saved. And I read in this book that a lot of times, most of us just look up to God when we need something as like a provider, just as an idol, where when you're in need, you just look up to Him for like a lucky charm. Like, for example, we pray before football games, but how many people really mean? How many people have it in their heart that they want God to be there with us while we play football? And I really think that God has called me to just share my testimony with you guys, share this testimony with you guys, just to grow in my walk, because I'm almost at the point of quitting, and just to help you guys, and just know that I'm here for you guys no matter what. And I love you guys, but even though I don't show it, I'm gonna be here. Like, bro, I guess that's it.
We love you too, Brandon.
You still can't say it.
Nothing of that.
Alright,
No.
thank you. Alright, so now we're going to break down into small groups real quick before we get back into like our ending worship. But yeah, we're going to break down into girls and boys.